Welcome to the user's manual. Have you ever found yourself doing it? That little twitch, that phantom itch in your thumb, reaching for your device without even thinking. You pull down on a screen to refresh a feed or just instinctively tap an app icon, even when you're not really looking for anything in particular. It's like your hand has a mind of its own, a tiny unconscious habit playing out on a loop. You might not even realize you're doing it until you've already refreshed the same page for the fifth time in a minute, only to find nothing new, just the same old digital landscape you saw moments ago. It's a curious phenomenon, isn't it? This almost magnetic pull, this constant seeking, even when our conscious mind knows there's likely no immediate prize waiting. Today, we're focusing on the fascinating and sometimes frustrating mechanism behind this behavior, but we like to call the dopamine slot machine. We're going to dive into the concept of variable reward schedules and uncover why our brains are so incredibly susceptible to their pull. Now, when we talk about dopamine, many people immediately think of pleasure, and while it's certainly involved in feelings of reward, its primary role, especially here, is actually about anticipation and motivation. Think of dopamine as your brain's internal seeking chemical. It's the neurochemical that gets you excited about the possibility of a reward, not necessarily the reward itself. It's what makes you lean forward, what makes you explore, what makes you try again. It's the engine that drives us to pursue things we think might be good for us. And here's where the slot machine part comes in. Our brains are incredibly good at learning patterns. If we do something and consistently get a reward, we learn to do that thing more often. A vending machine is a good example. You put money in, you get a snack out. It's predictable. If we do something and consistently get no reward, we learn to stop. But what happens when the reward is completely unpredictable? What happens when it's sometimes there, sometimes not, and you never, ever know when it's going to hit? This is the magic and the mischief of a variable reward schedule. It is the core mechanic of every casino slot machine. You pull the lever and maybe you win. You don't win every time, you don't even win most of the time, but that tantalizing tiny possibility of that big, satisfying payout keeps you pulling. It's the maybe that hooks us, that little flicker of hope, that tiny spark of what if this time is incredibly powerful. The uncertainty itself triggers a rush of dopamine, keeping our seeking system fired up, keeping us engaged, keeping us coming back for one more try. Our digital world is absolutely brimming with these carefully engineered dopamine slot machines. Think about your daily habits. Refreshing a content feed is the classic example. You pull down and maybe there's a new post from a friend, a captivating video, or an interesting article. Most of the time, it's nothing. But that one time there is something engaging, that's your payout. That's the jackpot that reinforces the habit of pulling the lever again and again. And designers are very aware of this. They use different kinds of variable rewards to keep us hooked. There are social rewards, the unpredictable like, the new comment, the follower who just appeared out of nowhere. These tap directly into our deep-seated human need for validation and connection. Then there are informative rewards, the hunt for that next piece of information, the breaking news alert, or the interesting tidbit you didn't know you needed. And finally, there are personal rewards, like in a game where you might get a rare item drop or achieve a new level or unlock a new cosmetic for your character. The common thread is unpredictability. These systems are often paired with features like infinite scroll, which cleverly removes any natural stopping point. There's no end of the page to signal that it's time to move on. It's just a perpetual, endless search for the next rewarding item. Each swipe is another pull of the lever. Maybe the next video will be the one that makes you laugh out loud. The vast majority might be duds, but the occasional gem keeps you swiping endlessly. These aren't accidental design choices. They are carefully engineered loops designed to leverage our brain's natural wiring. But why is our brain wired this way in the first place? Well, for most of human history, this system was incredibly useful. It was a survival mechanism. Imagine our ancestors foraging for food. They didn't find berries on every single bush or catch an animal every time they went on a hunt. The resources were scarce and, crucially, unpredictably distributed. But the possibility of finding food, the maybe of the next bush or the next hunt, kept their dopamine system firing. It kept them motivated to keep exploring, to keep seeking, to push on just a little bit further. This drive to seek out unpredictable rewards is what helped us survive in a world of scarcity. The problem, of course, is that our ancient brains, designed for a world of scarce and unpredictable resources, are now confronted with a world of infinite, instantly accessible, and artificially unpredictable novelty. The stop button that our brains developed for foraging, the point where you decide there are no more berries in this patch, it's time to move on, struggles to engage when the digital patch is endless and constantly regenerating. The slot machine never closes, and the potential rewards never run out. Over time, this constant stimulation can have cognitive effects. It can train our brains to prefer immediate, unpredictable hits of information over sustained, deep focus, potentially leading to fragmented attention spans and a feeling of being constantly distracted. But here's the empowering part. Simply understanding this mechanism is the first, most powerful step towards regaining control. When you feel that phantom itch, that unconscious urge to refresh or check, just pause for a moment. You don't have to fight it, just notice it. Ask yourself, am I genuinely looking for something specific, or am I just pulling the lever of the dopamine slot machine, hoping for a maybe? Noticing these feedback loops, recognizing when your brain is being nudged by a variable reward schedule, allows you to shift from an automatic reaction to a conscious choice. It allows you to decide if you want to keep playing or if your time and attention would be better spent elsewhere. You can even create a little friction for yourself. Turn off non-essential notifications or move those endlessly refreshing apps off your home screen. Make the lever just a little harder to pull. It's not about judgment, it's about awareness. It's about understanding the user's manual for your own brain. By recognizing these powerful, ancient systems at play in our modern digital lives, we can start to interact with our technology more intentionally, more mindfully, and ultimately more in control of our own time and attention. If you found this exploration of your brain's inner workings helpful, please consider subscribing to the User's Manual. We're here to help you stay informed, stay aware, and stay in control. And remember, this content is for educational purposes only and analyzes behavioral systems, not individuals.